Testing. Both. All right, I'm using both. All right, I guess I'll start this portion out because it went viral. But as the story goes, on draft lottery day, my flight from California to Dallas was canceled. My assistant coach or former assistant coach scooped me at the airport. We drove frantically to his office to prepare for the draft lottery. And as the gods have it, it worked out. And if you saw the viral video with the four teams that were in the draft lottery, I was praying not to be four. We weren't four. We were three came. We weren't three. And I was like, this is awesome. Like, we're going to be two. And as the viral video shows, I am taking a video with my own cell phone of the moment that LA was called as number two, meaning that we won the draft lottery, and I absolutely lost my mind. The big picture is we knew what that meant at that moment, that we would have an opportunity to draft the number one pick, but in the big picture on the big decisions was Paige Bueckers. So exciting moment. Paige obviously comes off a national championship, one of the most decorated collegiate players, one of the most efficient players in college basketball history. For her career, she's over 50% field goal, over 40% from the three-point line, and nearly 90% from the foul line. So nearly for her career, 50, 40, 85. So media, I know every practice that you're going to want to talk to Paige at the end of the practice. We will be shooting extra foul shots so we can get to that 90, so she can be the 50, 40, 90. But a special player and a special addition to Dallas, Paige Bueckers. And then to give insight to this, and this goes for our entire draft class. You spend months and months and months, and one of the exercises that we love to do with our internal group is do our own mock drafts. And when we did our mock drafts, we could never get to Aziah. Aziah was always off the board in all our mock drafts, and we just kept like doing it and doing the exercise and going, this isn't going to happen. This isn't going to happen because she's such a tremendous bucket getter. Instant offense, can score at all three levels, and we wanted so desperately to add that to our roster. But leading up to the draft, the so-called experts out there kept producing these mock drafts. And all of a sudden, Aziah started to fall in some of these nationally known mock drafts. And we're like, what is going on? What is going on? Could this possibly happen? So I call her agent. I said, could she possibly be there at 12? All our exercises don't have her there at 12. And he's like, absolutely not. And so I hung up discouraged and said, again, I don't think she'll be there. Well, again, the draft gods looked down upon us well. And on draft night, as the draft was playing out, everything came together the way we had hoped. And Aziah James was there at 12. So our first, right, and the last pick in the first draft, right, of the 2025 draft, two incredible players, and welcome.
I'll keep it short. Again, welcome. We got a couple of hoopers here, and that's what I love it. That combined with that balance that I spoke to, right? The impact that we plan on having in this community. It's so much bigger than basketball, and these two take it seriously. So we're excited on and off the floor.
Not before it's into down, especially for Paige. Paige, your teams on your page, talk about how you feel about them make so much to get to the next level. Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, my faith has really grounded me. It's kept me in a place where I've been grateful for everything that's happened, that's been thrown my way. It's kept me humble to not take anything for granted. And it's just helped me enjoy the journey and be present in every single moment. It hasn't always been pretty, but we've turned it around and everything works for the greater good. And just leaning on his purpose for me, leaning on his plan for me, giving up my own understanding of life, has really helped me just be in a state of peace and joy and gratitude.
Question, on draft night, you think it's bad, we just talked about it a few minutes ago, but what was it, what domino really fell that made Aziah really feel like it was getting ready to happen when you drafted?
I think as we looked, I thought the big unanswered question, to be honest with you, was how many internationals would go in the first round. We figured two, but as three internationals went off the board early, we knew that opened up the opportunity for Aziah to drop. And again, during that whole process, like it was 14 that was gaining traction. We heard from numerous teams on draft night trying to trade for our 14th pick. Just shows you the depth of this draft. It shows you the excitement of this draft class. Paige, obviously, without question, was the number one pick. But you're going to look back in this draft class and you're going to see people that if we redrafted in 4 years, the order will be different.
Of the Dallas State. This is for Aziah. There are many, there are many undersized quote unquote ballers in the league. Talk about how you're going to use your size and your skills to make a difference on the court for the league.
I feel like my heart, just being that dog and, being that sponge, learning from my vets. And, this whole team is full of dogs. I'm ready to be a part of it, just continue the legacy that the Dallas Wings going to have.
Yes, the other players, what makes you most excited about calling Dallas your new home?
Putting on them boots. No, like I just said, just be a part of the family. You just seeing this community come together and just seeing the village come together. Just I just want to be a part of that and just ready to step under them lights and just being that dog.
Yeah, like everybody's talked about just being a part of a new family, being a part of a new city. Dallas is a great sports city. You can feel the love and the support already. So just to be a part of this, and there's a lot of new in this organization. So to be a part of something and build with each other, and just create a new sisterhood. I'm really excited. And also like they were talking about the boots, the cowboy hat, the country music, just investing all of ourselves into Dallas.
First, we're talking about the anxiety of not thinking you were gonna be there. And it was great for the Dallas Wings, but how frustrating was it for you to sit there that long until you heard your name?
I feel like God don't make any mistakes. I feel like it was the right moment and it was my moment. And, I was very grateful that, I was picked. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It was God timing.
Trying to go with plus points. My question's for Paige. I'm curious, when the draft lottery happened, you weren't 100% guaranteed you couldn't go where you were in all reality. I'm curious, what were your immediate thoughts when you found out that Dallas won the lottery?
Yeah, obviously you don't want to take anything for granted, be entitled to anything. So you want to continue to stay motivated to work, to be in that position to get drafted. But just excited for whatever the future held, wherever I ended up, first pick, last pick, it didn't really matter to me. But now that we're here, we're in the present, we're in Dallas, super excited for the future.
that court makes, so just your thoughts about that.
Yeah, obviously excited. She's electric, can score at all three levels, obviously a bucket getter. So looking to assist her a lot, space the floor, get her open looks, play off each other. But just excited for everybody on the team. Like as I was talking about, got some dogs, so just excited to build that in camp, build the passion, build just the excitement of a new system, a new coaching staff, new team, just a lot of new stuff. So excited to build with everyone.
Paige, with, Kyrie also playing in Dallas, just your thoughts on being in the same city of a player that you long admired and respected.
Yeah, he's been my favorite player for forever now. So super excited to be in the same city as him. Hope I can learn a lot from him. I know he's going through an ACL journey himself. So to be able to lean on and support each other through that, I think is something that can be motivating. But just excited for Dallas itself. Like I said, a great sports city. But yeah, great to be in the same city as him.
It's a long history of big names and popular athletes that have come through this market. I just want to get your take on what is it to be female athlete stepping into this town and being able to make your own mark.
Yeah, I think we're just looking to be a big name organization, and be a winning organization. Continue to build off each other, continue to build off the momentum of women's sports, and the wave that's been created. So continue to build off that, and be with each other and build as an organization.
I'm just curious how you feel about your father kind of thing in Dallas right now.
I mean, I would say the weather's probably hotter than me. Which I'm excited for too. So different than Connecticut, and Minnesota. So I'm excited for that. Let's go over to Rob.
Thank you, Pam. I have two questions for Paige. Paige, officially welcome to Texas. I got two questions for you. If you could go back in time and talk to your younger self about the one that was dreaming of this moment, what do you think she'd think about and say to you about reaching your dream and being a role model for the future players in the WNBA? And what's some of the best advice you've received from your inner circle and those not in the basketball world?
Yeah, I mean, just to tell myself, my younger self, to be present, to enjoy every moment, to enjoy the journey. There's good days and bad days, but always keep the faith, always keep your smile, and remain who you are. And that's kind of goes along with the advice that I've been given of being present, of not worrying about the future, not worrying about the past, but continue to build on what you're doing in that present moment. And also just be who you are. Don't care about anybody else's opinion. Be confident in that, and be the best version of yourself.
Penny, can you hear us? Okay, yeah, I can hear you. Sorry about that. I actually had a question for Kurt. I was just wondering if there was, at any point, was there any reason for you to believe that Paige wasn't going to sign her rookie scale contract? From the moment you guys got the #1 overall pick to, finally ink to paper the other day?
The quick answer is no. Obviously, we have great respect for Paige's representation. Lindsay's one of the best agents in women's basketball, and we appreciate her. And we appreciated the message from the beginning. I'm very, very close with Coach Gino and Chris. And Paige's desire to stay focused and present in the moment, chasing what ultimately was a national championship. And we respected that. We respected the process, and were patient along the way. And we knew that everything was trending positively and appreciated that there was that respect back and forth.
And if I might ask a quick follow-up, Paige talked on draft night about how her conversations with you were about setting a new standard in Dallas. Just can you kind of talk about what your vision is for the both short-term and long-term for the Wings?
Yeah, I think it's all started with people and strong character in that locker room. And we feel we've put together an incredible training camp. A training camp, I've been in this league now a decade. I'm starting my 11th season. I'm not sure that I've been affiliated with a stronger training camp. And the competition that's going to start from day one is going to be incredible for the Wings. And it's a very, very important foundational year with all the new that is for us with Dallas. But can't wait to support the coaching staff on the style of play that they will bring to Dallas. The exciting style of play, the exciting belief that there's so much unselfishness now in the locker room. So, just truly excited about this foundational year. And when we say foundational, there's still no limits on what this group can do. But we understand that there are a lot of new pieces playing together, and it will take time to mesh and build together.
Thank you very much. Kurt, Chris, Aziah, Paige, congratulations. My question actually the same for Paige and for Kurt, although I assume you'll come at it from two different angles, which is to say that you both expressed desire for a new start in Dallas and for Paige, as you put it, a big time organization. And I'm wondering if you could isolate kind of one metric that is most important to you as you think about it, Paige and Kurt, each of you. What is that metric that we should all be looking for by the end of season one? I don't mean on the court, I mean off the court, to make it a big time organization and a fresh start.
Yeah, Paige, Howard, thank you. I think that we are trying to create a player first environment and attract future players to want to come and stay in Dallas. And through free agency, through trades, we have accomplished a lot of our goals of bringing in great players, but more importantly, great people that other people around the league would want to play with. And so if there's a metric at the end of the year, knowing we're upcoming in a very much a fishbowl with a new CBA on the horizon and what next year's free agency will look like, we feel like we've accomplished a great deal already with people. And that's what we want at the end of the year, that people look around going, we would enjoy joining that group in Dallas. The last caveat, Howard, and I'll turn over to Paige, but it's unprecedented what's going on here with the future practice facility, which will give us an incredible opportunity to train and play each and every day. It will take a backseat to no one, and that is a true commitment by this city and the vision for women's sports down here in Texas, that's all coming together. And then the renovated arena. So much excitement around facilities. We know that's a game changer, and that is on the horizon for this group.
Howard, I can give it, sorry to interrupt here, but I can give you a metric here. We talked about this early on, just trying to define success and establish it. And so for me, we have exit interviews at the end of every season. And in those exit interviews, if a majority of our players can walk in there and say, I enjoyed that season, regardless of wins and losses, this is a place I want to be. These are people I want to be around. I want to be back. Can you please resign me? Then we'll have begun on the right direction of establishing our foundation.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, like both of them talked about, I'm not really huge on metrics, but just the people, the culture, like they talked about just this Dallas becoming a place where everybody wants to play, and everybody who is here wants to stay. So just building that culture, building that foundation of really enjoying being around each other, enjoying playing together, enjoying being together off the court, on the court, in all aspects.
Thank you all.
I think with that, we'll